NotAChef channel. Hello? Hello? Hello, is anybody there? Hello? Right, internet. Anyway, today I will be cooking pavlova. Interesting fact, that's not true. It's named after a Russian queen that was incredibly sweet, and that's why you have to put so much sugar in it. It's supposed to be 50 grams of icing sugar per large egg. Not sure if these are large eggs, but I'm not weighing the icing sugar, so it really doesn't matter anyway. Alright, so basically you have to crack an egg, and then it's only the egg white you want, and you have to try and make sure you don't get all of the shell in the pavlova, because it won't taste very nice. Right, so basically, that was a complete fuck up. What I will try and do now, there you go, this might work. There you go. Is try and drain the egg white through, and oh, actually worked. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. Right, next egg. Don't get too excited, this will probably mess up in a minute, but at the moment it's going alright. I'm going to attempt to try and do the same again now. This is more complicated than I thought, to be honest. Oh, nuts. This isn't going well. Right. Right, try not get the egg yolk in there. Right. Right, it's going to have a little bit of egg yolk in the thing. Right, new idea. By the way, if you want to watch a really good version of this, don't watch my one. Right, so I'm going to dump all of the eggs. So this is learning on the spot here, we're learning together. I'm going to put all the eggs in here, making a bit of a mess. And we get to find out if this works in the end or not. Right, and now we're going to tip them through here, and hopefully drain it a bit. This will work. This isn't ideal. Alright, anyway, this is a new series that I'm creating called Recipes for Disaster. Alright, as you can see, it's not going well. This is why I'm a gardener and not a chef. Right, I'm hoping a little bit of egg yolk in there, doesn't matter. And also there's a little bit of eggshell in there as well. Alright, now we're down to our last egg yolk, apart from the egg yolk that's in there, which hopefully is not a major issue. It might be a major issue, we'll find out later on. Right, so anyway, so this is the 6 egg whites plus quite a lot of egg yolk from one, but only one. So anyway, we found out that we can use a spoon, but we have to pour the whole lot in there first. I'm just going to try and clear out a little bit of this. Alright, so this is yeah, this is looking great. Right, so next bit, we need to whisk these things. We'll pretend there's no yellow yolk in there. Alright, hopefully there's some colourblind people out there that can't see it anyway. Right, I got these off of the internet. Googled it. Some little company called, I don't think they're doing very well, called Amazon or something anyway. Basically, I think they're struggling because they barely pay any tax, so I'm assuming they're obviously not making any money. So if you can support him, whoever he is, obviously hard times and all that, you've got to support the little guy. So if you can support, he's a little Greek bloke called Jim or Jeff or something. Anyway, basically quick demonstration, you don't need to spend a lot of money. I did drill anyway. You can get these off the internet, they're about 5 or 6 quid. Then basically, don't start it too fast, there's a little torch on the end of this one. Right. Right, we're going to chuck some icing sugar in it. One thing I did forget to say, if you're using the drill, just knock the end just in case you've got any masonry bits in it first so it doesn't fall in your food. Alright, now, considering it's already not going extremely well, it says 50 grams, but I'm not sure where the scales are, and I'm assuming that, I don't know, I'm assuming that as this is all we got left and it's not 50 grams, I'll just stick the whole lot in. Right. Obviously, if you're doing it yourself, start the drill or whisk slower, especially when you're already running out of icing sugar. The drill started getting pretty low, so I've given up on the drill because I can't find the charger. But basically I'm here now, girlfriend's pointing, right, it's up, it's bubbly, alright, so I've been doing it for about 5 minutes, and I'm just going to cheat and use a KitchenAid like a normal sane person would have. Right, so obviously I could have used the drill to see if I could find my charger, but I don't know where I've left it. It might be at my mum's, but anyway, we'll stick this down. I don't know what I'm doing. It's this bit. Right, okay. And I'm going to stick it on 4 and keep my fingers crossed. Girlfriend signalling me maybe 2 is a better idea. Right, so I'm going to turn it on and I don't know if anything's going to happen or not. It's happening. Right, I'm now going to stick it on 4 or 6 and see if it flies off everywhere. Yeah, that seems to be working. Right, I'm going to leave that doing that. And I'm going to clear up the mess I'm making, and you can probably just see it spinning around in a circle, or just the top of this. I really haven't got a clue. Alright, this is going to be amazing to watch. This is quite a good little machine, but it can't put up some shelves, so it does have its flaws. Basically, I don't know if you can see in there or not, I think maybe I've got too much egg yolk in amongst the whites and it's not turning into a foam. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to ring a professional chef who actually knows what he's doing and check with him, and he probably won't answer, and what's going to happen is we're not going to waste it, we're going to turn it into a cake, which we're going to put in here, because I found this. So yeah, it's a Pavlova stroke cake or bread, I don't know, but anyway, we'll get something sorted. Right, I'll give it a minute, and if he doesn't answer, then I'm just going to go ahead and chuck something in here. Right, so he hasn't answered, which was probably quite a clever idea, to be honest. Right, we're going to turn it off so we avoid any major disasters. I'm going to flip it up. I'm assuming that 6 egg yolks for a cake is a bit too much. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to tip some of these in here. Right, I think that's 4, because there's 2 in here. Right, so we've got 4 egg yolks. We've already got some sugar. Sorry, I'm missing out on the thing here. Right, so we've now got icing sugar, 6 egg whites and 4 egg yolks, if anyone's following along at home. I don't know why you would, but this is going, to be honest, this is going about as badly as they normally do for me. Right, so I now need flour. I'm going to find some flour. Right, hello and welcome back. I've just realised we've only got plain flour, so we're going to make cookies. So it's a constantly evolving recipe. So basically, there's not a lot of point weighing out the ingredients because I don't know what I'm doing. So we'll tip some of this in here. As you can see, some of it. Right, so we're going to put it down again. Oh, need to do the thing. Right, now the key with this is not to start it too fast. We're going to stick it on 1. And I think I'm going to go to the fridge and put some butter in. It just feels like I should maybe put a little bit of butter in if it's a cookie. And oh, and maybe a little bit of olive oil, just because I've got some. Ah, I found some vanilla extract, so we're going to put some vanilla in. There's some vanilla in. And we've got some almonds to go in. And here's some butter. To be honest, I can't be bothered to cut it up, so we're just going to put some olive oil in instead. So, some olive oil. I don't know if it helps or not really, but it's going in. Right. And it's looking a lot better. I'm going to add a little bit more flour because it looks a little bit runny and I really don't know what I'm doing. Now the key with baking, as I've heard, is weighing out your ingredients precisely. So this might not go well, but I might get lucky. It's sort of all stuck to the thing now, so I'm worried I may be slightly too dry. But no, it's looking alright again. It's going round. Right, we've got some almonds that I'm going to cut open and put some almonds in it. So these are going to be almond and vanilla cookies. Alright, sorry to disappoint everyone who wanted Pavlova, but as stated at the start of this, it is recipes for disaster. As you can see, there's been a slight mishap. But it might turn into a happy accident. These might be the best biscuits I've ever made. To be honest, these will be the first biscuits I've ever made. So, by elimination, they should be the best. Right. We're going to put a little more almonds in. We've got some raspberries to go on top. Maybe we'll make a Kool-Aid with a biscuit. Right, but overall, just realised I forgot to put extra sugar in. We'll better put some more sugar in. No one wants a biscuit that's not sweet, so we'll put a little more sugar in. I'll call that something grams of sugar, or for Americans watching, a certain amount of ounces. Right, so this is going really well. I don't know if the camera woman sorted it out properly, but it looks well, it looks like cookie dough. Hopefully it might still be a little bit wet. No, I'm going to add a little more flour. One thing, it looks like it might need more flour, and the other thing is that it's now empty, so we can throw the packet away, which is useful. And I'm going to add a little bit more sugar. But I think this is going to taste amazing, or I think I'm going to pretend it tastes amazing and it didn't turn into a complete disaster. Right, this is going pretty well. I'm going to get the cookie, whatever it's called, tray out, or as I like to call it, the pizza tray, because I don't think we've got one for cookies. Right, hello and welcome back. Right, got the pizza tray, or the biscuit tray in this occasion, and I've got a little thing for chucking it in. Now we set the oven to 180 because I normally just set everything to 180. So it's on 180. Right, we've also, as you can see, we've cut it circular for the tray. It's not really that circular, but it'll fit on there. Right, you can see, ta-da! Right, so we turn off the food mixer, obviously safety first, we don't want to be sticking our fingers in it first. We want bad biscuits. Well, we want good biscuits, but if they're bad biscuits, it's not that important. Ah! It's sticky-ish. It doesn't look appetising at the moment, but believe me, when it comes out of the oven, it might look alright. The consistency is what most people would call gloopy, maybe? But anyway. So it's mixed. If you want the recipe, I will try and work out sort of what I've done if it turns out really well, so people can follow along. Also, what I'm going to try and do next time is not get egg yolk in the egg white, so it actually works, and I will be uploading a Pavlova video. If this video gets more than 1 like, I will do it. To be honest, I might be asking too much. Right, so here goes. We should have a wooden spoon, but we've basically just got this plastic thing, so I'm just going to keep my fingers crossed and plonk some somewhere. Right. If you follow us on Instagram, we can keep you up to date with any other cooking issues I've had or planning on having. Right, some people would say this isn't gone well. I would say probably right. Right, so let's carry on with this. Girlfriend doesn't seem very confident this is going to go well. I think it's now turned into a flapjack. Like, it might still be alright. Like, most flapjacks have to be fairly dry, and this is definitely dry, and it's very sticky. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and get the rest out without breaking the spoon, and put some in the other little things. To be honest, I thought this might not go well, and I'd like to say I was right. Consistency wise, it feels like a cross between PVA glue and super glue. If anyone knows what that feels like. It might taste alright though, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and scrape some off of what I'm now calling the flapjack, and I'm going to try and fill the other one. Hopefully it looks quite nice, and then we maybe put a raspberry on top just to cover them, or squeeze it in at the end. But basically this is looking all right. Right, so we're nearly on the last one now. I'm just scraping a little bit off the flapjack thing, stroke cookie. We have got a cookie cutter, but it's a bit of a funny consistency. So we'll bung this in. We'll keep it on there. Right. My camera assistant has just said to me that she's not going to try eating any of this. It looks like a disaster. I think it's worth a try. Right. Something to bear in mind when you're filling these is to try and get them all about the same height so they cook evenly. Because the last thing I want to do is make a mess of my cooking. Have a look. That is fairly even. Right, so if you're following along at home and trying to do your own one, this is sort of what it should look like. My style anyway. And then if you want to have a look at our cookie, I'm going to name it Splodgy. So we're going to put Splodgy in the oven, and we're going to put these in the oven and keep our fingers crossed. Welcome back. As you can see, these have risen a bit. I wasn't expecting any rising. I'm going to wait for them to cool off a bit. Then I'm going to introduce you to the next section of the video, which I'm naming Polishing the Turd. So we're going to get a few ingredients together and try and make them look half presentable, as if someone would want to eat them. Obviously the main idea behind this, if it goes as badly as it has for me, is not to show them this stage, just present it to them at the end and they might think that you've done all right. Anyway, we let them cool off and then we can start to, yeah, sprinkle a bit of stuff on this. I don't know if you can smell it, but they smell almost as delicious as they look. I'm assuming you can't smell it unless we've had huge upgrades in YouTube and the internet. Oh, disaster. Right, we got 3 of them. These ones don't seem to be coming out, so we got 3 ones that look alright. So we're still on the positives. 50% of them are good, and we'll just pretend the other ones never existed. Hello and welcome back. Right, what I've done, I've cut off the worst of the burnt bits and dropped some on the floor presenting this. Basically, the burnt bits taste like burnt, so you don't really want to be putting those on the plate. So that's the first thing to remember. Second thing, these are all a little bit wonky. What I've done, I've cut them off so they look quite equal. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut down the middle, hopefully. Okay, so we can have these sitting there ready, cooling off a bit. Then cut the last one. Alright, and while we're cutting stuff open, alright, we're going to cut this. Maybe we'll do like a hole through the centre, and then we'll just have these a little bit, we'll just do like a middle bit for it. Right, so we cut that one, cut in. Right, so they're all prepared. So what we do now, we've got a bowl, we've got some cream, right, cream in the bowl. Right, again, the drill, because it's better than KitchenAid. Perfect, and it's good news because the battery has literally just run out. So that's as well. That's very, very lucky. If that had run out earlier on, this would be a lot sloppier. Right, so first things to remember, if it tastes a little bit burnt or it's a little bit dry, always useful to stick some honey on it. So if my assistant will kindly go and get me a knife, like that I can spread stuff on, and I'll get a plate out ready to present them. Right, so we just do one, just to demonstrate. Right, so always good if it's dry or slightly burnt to hide it. Sugar's always a good way to hide it. Honey's quite flavourful, so a little bit there. Okay, and again with the other one. So we want to make sure there's plenty on there. Right, and if my assistant can then go and get me another knife so I don't mix and get honey all over the cream and vice versa. We don't want it looking rubbish. Right, so there's some cream. Obviously this is quite a healthy recipe because we're putting some raspberries on it. So it's one of your 5 a day, or if you don't really like fruit or veg, it might be one of your 1 a day. Right, so exciting bit, here's some raspberries. We bought these from Aldi. Other supermarkets are available, but if they want to sponsor this video, I'll pretend they're not. Right, so as you can see, that's looking pretty cool. So we'll put that on there. Okay. Now what we're going to do so it looks extra special, we're going to put another little layer of cream on top. Alright. Okay. A layer of cream on top. Okay. And some more raspberries. Okay. And then if I hold it up to the camera, there it is. We call it raspberry finger. There you go. That's the name of this particular dish that we've just invented. Because I haven't got an imagination. Right. So with this particular one, we're going to do the same again, but we'll squeeze it in a bit so it'll be a bit more mushed. All right. So plenty of honey on this bit. Now the secret ingredient is honey because it basically, this particular one is very flavourful. You squidge. Stop heating it! Oh. So we squidge those on there. That's your cake bit, and then we do the other bit here with a little bit of cream on there, and then raspberry on here again. Right, and this particular one, if you want to follow the recipe, is called the raspberry half scone. Alright, so as you can see, and basically it's better than an English cream tea because the Cornish and the Devon people argue of what order to put stuff in, and you just plonk this on top so you can't go wrong. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching the video. These taste okay. They're not amazing. I know I'm not eating them at the moment, but I have been eating the scraps, and to be honest, I'm surprised they're edible. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully next time it will be a Pavlova. Anyway, I'll look forward to seeing you in the next instalment. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye. Happy cooking.